In more national development news, the well-being of citizens is the focus as the Nigerian Economic Summit enters Day 2 with conversations geared towards achieving food security and a stable health insurance system in line with global best practices. Our correspondent, Victoria Ayorinde, who is covering the 30th edition of the summit, reports that stakeholders insist there is still much work to be done.
Findings show that the number of food insecure Nigerians increased significantly from 66.2 million in the first quarter of 2023 to 100 million in the first quarter of 2024, with 18.6 million facing acute hunger and 43.7 million Nigerians showing crisis level or above crisis level hunger coping strategies as of March 2024. The Nigerian Economic Summit Group recently in a policy brief titled Status of Food Security, Dimensioning the Crisis, Policy Options and Strategic Responses made public the findings. In the brief, the group outlined urgent measures to address the current food crisis in Nigeria that include developing a comprehensive approach to alleviate hunger and practical solutions. The focus in this section is on addressing issues of importance across all sectors for the overall well-being of Nigerians. It was also an opportunity for stakeholders to marshal out specific actions achievable and frameworks to sustain food production.
One very important one that came up in the early part of the discussion was mainly about the overlapping jurisdiction. So if you're going to build a food security accountability framework, first it's important to know who is supposed to do what, when and how. So within that framework, there should be some kind of something that addresses the overlapping jurisdiction between the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and maybe the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning and the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment, and also now we have the Federal Ministry of Livestock as well, doing some particular function.
We are reliant on only one farming season significant. We're largely reliant on just the rain-fed farming season because there's no irrigation. Now with our rising population, that is not enough to feed us. So we need to really produce more than one farming cycles. Can we do 2? Can we do 3? Is there irrigation infrastructure? What are we doing to ensure that farmers have enough irrigation resource to cultivate beyond just the rain-fed farming season? Again, that is very vulnerable and exposed to flooding, right? How are we ensuring that farmers are able to cultivate beyond one farming season every year?
On May 19, 2022, the National Health Insurance Authority Bill was signed into law. This makes health insurance mandatory for all citizens and legal residents. It also empowers NHIA to be more effective regulator and integrator, creating a mechanism to finance health service delivery for the poor and vulnerable. Stakeholders at the summit called on government to monitor and ensure NHIA's effectiveness in serving the poor and vulnerable, strengthening community health through proper education and the promotion of public-private partnerships to enhance healthcare services.
Can NESG support in strengthening some of these accountability frameworks and mechanisms? The body that has responsibility for local health facilities is ALGON. Is there ways that NESG can strengthen their capacity and work with them to retain health workers, especially knowing that we have a lot of migration from rural to urban areas?
Governance structure should be strengthened, the village health committees and the community health committees, as the most sustainable way of ensuring accountability. Civil society organizations might go and leave, any other group might go and leave, but those governance structures at the community level are always there at any time T. So if we get them to do that, that will be most sustainable.
They believe that by prioritizing food security and health insurance, Nigeria can make significant strides in improving the well-being of its citizens. Victoria Ayorinde, KAFTAN TV News.